Hello and welcome once again to the Rugged Rockhound. Today I'm finally at Crystal Park, Montana.
Finally.
And my wife joined me. That's how I wanted to start it out here. Anyway, so here we have, of course, a map where we're gonna go. I'm thinking of going back in the back area, close to the restrooms. And as you can see, it is a Saturday. It is very busy. No GPS coordinates for here because you don't need them. You just go online and look up Crystal Park, Montana. Anyway, let's get out there and see what kind of quartz crystals we can find.
Let's go.
So we're just walking along the path. This path makes a loop around this hill. We're gonna go to the back side of it. There is a restroom back there, and we're gonna find a spot there to set up, and we'll see what we find when we get there. So we walked around the other side. So the restroom is just over there. There's Jana. So I thought this would be a good spot because somebody's already taken and put a lot of effort into digging pretty deep. So you're trying to get to that layer where things have decomposed right above the granite itself without getting into the hard rock itself, so that it's done the hard work for you. And you're hoping to find little pegmatite or veins where there's actual crystal terminations, and they're littered through here. And because this place has been so dug, basically you just choose a spot that hopefully hasn't been dug in before, or it really looks like it hasn't. It's good if you can find a spot where somebody's already dug down deep for you, so you've already got some of the hard work done for you, and then you just start digging to the side and see what you find. You might find just little stuff, you might encounter a pocket. You don't know until you try. So I'm gonna give this spot a shot and we'll see if we find anything. Here we are taking a look at the wall. You see this more grayish soil, that's the top soil. It's also where people have dug in the past. When you get in down to this yellowish layer, that's when you know you're getting into the decomposed granite. So this is gonna be your best bet for finding crystals, particularly ones that haven't, digging in areas that haven't been so dug in. And yeah, the deeper you can get down, usually the better. So this looks, that's why I'm saying this looks like a good spot to continue somebody else's work. And we'll just see what comes of it. So here you see some of the decomposed, some of the granite, and you'll see there's crystals of quartz in it. But that's not what you're looking for. You're not looking for the quartz that's grown in the granite. You're looking for the cracks or zones where the crystals grow out of the granite into an empty space. So maybe this one kind of shows a little bit of that. Yeah. So this right here would have been the edge of a pegmatite. See that right there where you're getting an actual crystal termination? So that would have been at the edge of pegmatite. So there's the granite, and then there's the crystals growing into the empty space of the pegmatite. So here, it's really hard digging, which means it hasn't been dug into before. But when you're digging through the hard, you're trying to find a spot where it gets softer in areas that haven't been dug, because if it's softer, that usually indicates a pocket, and that crystal just came out of here. So see that little bit of variation from here, that darker to lighter? So this could be indications of a pocket in this zone right here. So I think I'll dig into it a little bit and see if we've got any more crystals like that in there. So I just pried a rock out of the wall, and when it flipped over, look at that. So it's mostly quartz and a tiny little pocket. You see how it goes from granite here and then starts turning into quartz here? And that's on the back side. So there might be a pocket going backward into there. It might be tiny, it might be big. You just never know. So we're gonna keep digging into there. So it looks like we're getting a little bit more coming out of there. We got a nice little point there and there. So we're getting a few terminated crystals coming out some more. Hopefully it keeps going in that direction. All right, so this rock right here looked like it had a quartz point on it right there. So I worked it loose. So let's pull it out together and see what's on it together. All right. Looks like we got a few points coming out of it there and there. Again, so far they're just kind of small ones. It's just the edge of a small pocket, but cleaned up, this will probably look really nice. It should have several points coming off of it. All right, I just pulled this out of there and look at that. It's covered in quartz points. Sweet. I think there's even a few on the other side too. But that's the best part right there.
Pula, pula, pula.
And Jana's been finding some that I've been sifting through, so.
Oh, hey!
They're nice and clear, huh?
Look at those. Okay.
All right, what else did you find here?
A couple interesting things.
All right, that one doesn't have any points on it.
You can sift through
That
them.
one looks like it might have a little. Oh, that doesn't.
The hard thing is,
That one does, nice. That one doesn't. Oh, that one's broken. I was digging and look at that, a point revealed itself. It looks like it's broken. Yeah. Which is common. Common to have fractured ones, but it's not too bad. So I'm taking a break from there because I think that's a pretty small pocket. It'd be nice to see if I could find something bigger. So a way to find a bigger pocket is if you can find thicker seams of quartz. So if you get these thicker pieces of quartz like this, then it's a better indication of maybe a larger pocket. So it can be good to follow those too. So I dug there for a while. It looked good, but it didn't really give any crystals. And then I kind of moved along the wall, started digging, and then right here I started getting a few little crystals. And this is a longer one, so that's exciting. And that came out right there, so we might have some good stuff going on right in here. Let's keep digging. All right, it does seem as if we hit a small pocket. It is small, they're just little crystals here and there, but it is a pocket. So we'll pull things out and I'll bring you in if there's any really good looking ones. All right, got a nice longer crystal out of the pocket now. Still small crystals, but they're beautiful. We'll keep digging into it. So we decided to switch holes because that hole wasn't giving us a whole lot. And I came over here and I found this looking one. Nice little double there. So this one had a lot bigger pieces of quartz, indicating it might be a lot better to dig in. That's what you want to look for, is large pieces of quartz. Anyway, Jana's pulled out a nice crystal right there. Look at that. So I decided to go in the other direction over here. Knocked that rock out. Didn't really have much on it, but this one came out and look, it's got some crystals on it.
Whoa.
Look at that.
Good find, babe.
There you go.
Nice.
Well, look what I just found. That's the biggest one I found so far. It's probably normal for a lot of other people who've been out here. This is still my first time, so I'm getting through how things are, but that's the biggest one I've seen so far. Crystal number 2.
Woo.
From this little area right here where I've been pulling out a couple. I did a little searching on the surface and look what I just found. Nice little scepter.
Ooh.
Beautiful little scepter. Sweet. Here's a nice close-up of the scepter cleaned off. Really nice crystal. So to finish off the day, found this much deeper hole that somebody had been digging. And I already found one that had decent matrix, and then I found this one. Look at that. And I was just sitting at the bottom right there, like somebody had pulled it out and not seen it. So, looks like a good spot to dig into. That has crystals on it. That. Oh, nice point right there. That's a good little crystal. Here's a close-up of this crystal. This is, in my opinion, the most pristine looking one so far, is the tip. And it has a little air pocket in it right there too. Oh, what else came out of there? Oh, double terminated. Oh yeah, here we go. There's another one. Here's a nice close-up of this crystal cleaned off. Sweet. I don't know how well you can see from there, but when I broke those loose, like little shards of crystal just rained down from the ceiling. Like the whole bottom of that now glitters. So let's get a little close-up of what I just did. So I removed this, and look at all that. I think it's a small pocket that's kind of broken down in there. Are any of these crystals broken ones? Yep, little bits of crystal coming out of this. Ooh, I think it's a nice one right up in there. Here, let me switch lenses. So hopefully you can see that right there. That looks like a nice crystal. Let's work it out. Oh, it might be stuck in there. Might have to break loose some of the surrounding stuff. Ooh. Woohoo. There it comes. Yeah, look at that. It's like multiple crystals all stuck together. That's really cool. Oh yeah, we're in it now. This is the pocket for the day. Here's a close-up of this crystal cleaned off. Yeah, it's a little hazy in the middle, but it does have smoky. So that's what I pulled out so far. I just dig and pile the stuff up here and then just kind of sort through it looking for anything. I think I've gone through most of the main part of the pocket. So it was right in here. I pulled out these rocks right here. It looks like a little bit goes off in this direction, so there might be some more small pockets through there. And there might be still more hanging on the roof up here to knock down. But it looks like the main part of the pocket, I've already gotten it. So that's where we're at so far. Close up of this nice little crystal. So here's an overview of everything we came back with. Those are the 5 nice crystals I showed you a close-up of. These are all the complete terminated ones. You can see we got some really nice ones in there. And these are the partials over here, partial crystals. And then the rest of these are the matrix pieces, which some of them turned out really nice. So just kind of getting a nice look at all of these. Just in case this works, let's try and do a close-up of all these things. Just kind of take it slowly over each of these. Get a nice closer look. Yep. We got some nice pieces here. And that. Yeah, I like the ones in that one. There. There you go. And we're back at the vehicle. What a wonderful day. The temperature was great. We found some good stuff. Being my first time here, I think that was a decent first start. I imagine there's much better to be found out there. So look forward to other trips out here. So yeah, anybody who wants to come out here, it's great. It's just $5 a person, over 10. Under 10 is free. And yeah, we had a great day. And it's a beautiful, well, the sun's getting low, not a sunset yet, but whew, I can tell my body's not quite ready for this kind of rock hounding, the digging and the hard rock breaking. Still recovering to get to that point, but overall, pretty good day. I had a wonderful time. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, remember, there is treasure everywhere.